All right, so today is Fitness Tip Friday. Let's talk about age and does it define the way you need to move or can you do certain things? We're going to start from the youth all the way up to older to about 65 plus. So at the beginning of life, your kids, you can move, no injuries. The biggest mistake when we're younger is over intensity, that application, and just going too hard and not understanding our own mechanics and going too heavy. Now, if I'm dealing with someone who's younger, I usually tell them to back down on the weights and then to maybe go and focus on a little bit of mobility and movement and get better at those type of things. Now, this is an individual by individual basis, like depending, I'm not going to tell a powerlifter to stop lifting heavy, if they have a goal like that. For the average person who's looking for general health, just working out and moving better is going to get you towards your goals. And focusing on those aspects. As we age into our 30s and 40s, this is where I tell people more to focus on their mindset and forget that you're not 20 anymore and you can't get away with a lot of those things. A lot of times people, I used to do this in high school. I used to do this in college. Well, you're not in college. You're not in your 20s. For men, your testosterone is not as high as they used to be. You have all these things happening to your body. You also are at work, sitting down all day, where you used to be very active, probably moving around a little bit more. So you got to focus your workout plan around that. Now, let's talk about going 50 plus, maybe 65. And a lot of times they'll come into the gym and talk about, I can't move anymore. I shouldn't be squatting because my knees, I can't be doing this. When it comes to that type of thing and you see like knee brace on someone, an arm brace, you got to figure out what the issue is, whether it's the hips or the ankles, for the knees, the way you're landing while running. Now that getting a professional to help you out would make a big difference. But your goal should always be to be able to do the big 5 movements, which is the row, the pull-up, the overhead press, the squat, the deadlift. If you could do those 5 movements, then you're going to be golden. Now you can do variations of those movements to get to those movements as well and work on your mobility. But that's where hiring someone and helping them get you going. I personally have someone who's 68 years old, could not squat with a bar in their back, had balance issues. In 6 to 7 months, now they're squatting with a 45-pound bar on their back, and they're still working on form and technique and getting better. Now that's going to happen over time, and you'll get there. So for youth, try to focus on a little bit more movement and making the movement sound. For someone 30 to 40, forget about the mindset of I want to look like this, I want to do this, I used to do this in my 20s. Focus on what you can do now. Be present in the moment. And for someone who's older, don't limit yourself to something that you think you can't do. You can do more, a lot more than you think. Every time I get people in prime time, my 65 and plus class, they're so shocked that how much further along they are than they thought they would be, whether it was squatting, whether it's going overhead with an item or anything like that.